everyone. Happy Friday. So, first of all, apologies, my hair is sticking up. I'm about to go get that fixed. I was going to record this video a few days ago, and it's weird. It's like, I kept getting calls in the middle of the video, and I kept getting, like, interrupted. So I took that as a sign to pause. But I felt prompted to bring it back up. So, a lot of you who watch this channel, I assume at least you have kind of some spiritual awakening that you are going through or have gone through to get to this point or be interested in my content. And I love that we have these similar interests. How fun. Isn't it fun to explore these things together? So I just want to acknowledge that first of all. It's kind of, I was talking to a friend, it's kind of like this Easter egg hunt. You know, we find these beautiful new truths about spirituality, and I'm not here to be a life coach. That's not my honor to those who are, but that's not my path. I'm here in really just the realm of spirituality. So, years ago, I heard this term, this phrase, and I began to meditate on it, and it prompted in me a very profound spiritual awakening. And I first want to qualify this a little bit, because I think when people hear they think of somebody who's been through a spiritual awakening, the false assumption is that that person now has everything together. They are now the Dalai Lama. There are some people who go through a really powerful awakening. One is Shakti Katarina Maggi. Probably butchered that. But she is Italian, and she went through a very spontaneous awakening and was fully awakened. What do we mean by that? What does that mean? It doesn't mean that your ego, body, mind has attained some sort of holier than thou situation. We see a lot of that hooey with people who lead cults and things like that. That is the ego, body, mind lording itself and raising itself above other ego, body, minds, which is silly. What I mean by spiritual awakening is that you are spirit, you are pure source, you are God itself. You are a holographic portion of God itself having a human experience. And when you meditate on that, it's limitless, first of all. Pure source is where everything comes from. It's this pure, creative, loving energy. We come here as spirit in human bodies to learn and to expand and to grow and to reconcile our experiences back to love. And so you will still, Ashley's got her things that she does, and she's got her idiosyncrasies and her weaknesses and her temper moments and her things. She's a human being. She's a vessel. And I chose to come here in the Ashley vessel to have an experience as a human being. Regardless of what's going on the outside, my spirit is pure and unharmed at all times. My spirit will continue to exist when Ashley no longer exists. And my spirit is unharmed by the circumstances of the world. And so what I want to kind of talk about is when we get super wrapped up in the body-mind world, which we will continue to do until we no longer exist as a body. You will continue to get sucked back into body-mind things. There will never be a time that won't happen. You will have glimmers of more awakening, and as you expand your spiritual experience, you will have longer and longer periods of time of existing as spirit, kind of observing yourself as a human, having a human experience. And you'll be able to kind of detach in a really playful and enjoyable way. And over time, your reactions to the physical will become less enthralling and less overwhelming as you continue to meditate on this truth that you are spirit. But we will continue to have our humanness. So there's no point in time when your awakening will make it so that you don't have emotions. It won't make it so that you don't feel frustrated at times and negative emotions. We just simply reconcile that back to love, meaning we understand and we separate ourselves from that by acknowledging that we are not the body mind. The body mind, it feels frustrated, and you simply allow that to be. You observe the body mind having its frustration, its anger, its fear, its jealousy, its pride, whatever, its happiness, its joy. Let go of the good ones too. It doesn't mean you don't experience them, it just means you don't cling to them so desperately. Because once we start doing that, once we get so wrapped up in the ego body mind world, that is the quickest path to unhappiness. And so I would really, now that I love this phrase that Rhonda Byrne uses, now there's been a little tear in the screen, right? And that tear will begin to unfold in a way that's really unique to your life. Everybody's tear in the screen unfolds in a different way, which is kind of beautiful. But a good place to start, if you're kind of exploring this for the first time, is meditate on this truth that I am spirit. And just kind of think about that. Maybe put on your favorite meditation music and just contemplate I am spirit. And then kind of see that spirit is all of us. Spirit is the person you dislike. Spirit is also your neighbor. We are all a fragment of that one spirit. And so you can kind of, from there, have perspective of the trivialness of day-to-day life, while also having compassion on the human body mind for the emotions and reactions it has to its human experiences. The human body mind still feels afraid and still feels sad, and we need to acknowledge and honor that does take place. And when you do that, it just allows those emotions to pass more quickly because you're not so held on to it, right? And so when we talk about awakening being the end of your suffering, we don't mean that you're never going to go through something that frustrates you. You're never going to go through something that makes you sad. What it means is you now have an opportunity to identify with your true self, with a capital S, which is that God nature within you. That is you. That is all of us. And kind of picture yourself stepping back from your body mind a little bit and just observing it for all the things it is. Much like you would look at a little kid, and a little kid is so amazing in so many ways, and also has these like crazy behaviors that are just like, what are you doing? It's okay. Once you just allow that and you can just step back and observe without trying to change it, it kind of allows those things to free up a little bit and pass on. And then you over time begin identifying less and less with your body mind. And you know that this is just a temporary illusion. It's a temporary experience as a body mind. And once you come back within, now you can enjoy your external circumstances with more freedom. Because you're not clung to them to provide you with happiness. You're not clung to a like on your social media to give you validation. You're not clung to that deal closing. You're not clung to people behaving in a certain way so you're happy. You know that you're complete within. You're that spirit. And then life is just fun. Sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's sad. And you just allow it. But you are not this body mind. You are a spirit having a body mind experience. And how beautiful is that? That also kind of translates into when you interact with others. Kindness is so important. Relationships are so important because we're honoring our other fellow spirit having a body mind experience. So wanted to kind of open that door for people who may be kind of working on expanding their knowledge of their spiritual nature. Such a beautiful unfoldment. It's a beautiful path. If you've stumbled upon this message, I know in my knower that it's right for you, and it's supposed to be heard right now. And I'm so happy for you in that way too, because I know that Spirit is going to unfold it to you in a uniquely beautiful way that's so meaningful for specifically you. And life gets so much more enjoyable when you're not so attached to being your body mind, and when it's not all so serious, right? So much more fun. So love you all. Hope you have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.